Hey guys, this video is powered by Rogue Energy. I got my little shaker here, and Rogue Energy. This flipping thing gets on me. Rogue Energy, and this is the shaker that it comes with. And you see, I got some in there. Well, the one that I got with my starter kit. This one. They have other designs and other colors. You should check that out. Their website. There'll be a link in the description. And this is the ones that I'm digging right now. I'm gonna order more. But right now I've got the blood orange, and it's really good. I've got the Rocket Pop. I'm a big fan of the Rocket Pop popsicles, and it, tastes just like one to me. To me, it does. And I got that one. And then I tried the hydration, and I liked it. And I got the Snowstorm. Obviously, blood orange tastes like blood orange. Rocket Pop like Rocket Pop. This does not taste like a Snowstorm. I've been in some, and it has actually more flavor than a Snowstorm, but it's still good nonetheless. And they also have a hydration. A chill. This is the hydration. They have chill, which is something you can. It's a line where you can drink and relax. I haven't tried that one yet. I'm hoping they expand. I left a review. They said, "Hey, more coming soon." So there you go. Right now, there's only one. But they have tons of flavors of, well, I over-exaggerate. They have a lot of flavors on the energy side, and they have quite a bit there on the hydration. And each one of these, you get 30 out of these. So if you're like me and you drink just one energy drink a day, then they can last you. Now, I drink these when I need to. Cut the grass, I come back in, I make one of these. When winter time comes and I'm out there blowing snow, even though it's cold outside, you still work up a sweat because you're all bundled up. I'll come in and make one of these. I really like the hydration, and like I said, I'll have one or two a day, depending on if I'm very active. And I try to stay active at my age, but sometimes I don't. But like I said, they got shakers, a bunch of different flavors. Stuff's really good. You should try it. I'm going to put a link in the description, and you can go check it out yourself. And Rogue Energy, man, it's awesome. And if you order and use my code Grandpa the Nerd, all one word there, Grandpa the Nerd, you can save 10% on your purchase. So if you're so inclined and you want to try it, make sure you use my code. No pressure. But I will say this: one thing I like about Rogue Energy is I've tried I've tried the carbonated energy drinks, but I'm trying to lower my carbonation of beverages, period. Not just energy, but all the way around. And this one, I just use one bottle of water for one scoop. So it's like $1 a drink. You can't get a canned carbonated energy drink for less than $1, or even $1. So I like the Rogue. And the best thing, this is the number one thing going for it. When it comes to powder mixed drinks, usually it's chalky at the bottom. And you can take the thing and you can see powder at the bottom. So every so often you got to shake it up. I can let this thing sit for 20-30 minutes. I can hold it up to the light. There's nothing floating in it. It dissolves the way it's supposed to. And it doesn't leave a chalky aftertaste. So I really like the Rogue Energy. So if you are inclined and want to try some Rogue Energy or some Rogue Hydration or the relaxation drink, Rogue Chill, make sure you check it out. Go to the link in the description. And if you do order, use code Grandpa the Nerd at checkout, and you'll save 10%. So there you go. Back to whatever you were watching, because I'm sure it wasn't interesting. But you can go back anyway, because I'm done. Rogue Energy. Grandpa the Nerd. Powered by Rogue Energy. Hey guys, Grandpa the Nerd here. Welcome. Got a new episode for you. Today, I want to talk about a movie box set that I ordered that I brought up. I brought it up in the last one. And now I'm going to actually talk about it. What I got is the Total Extermination set from Severin. And it is the Peter Cushing Doctor Who collection. Now, obviously, I don't have anything in here right now because they're down here, so I want to talk about them. But it's a nice box. This came with the set. I know you can order it separately, or you can get it with the set. I'll put the link to Severin in the comments in case you want to take a look. I don't know if full disclosure, I don't know if they're still available. Once I order, I don't pay attention to it. Like when I go to Severn to look for other stuff, like I ordered I ordered another set of movies from them that's coming next month, I think. But I don't look. Why would I want to look and see if they're still available when I already got mine, basically? So I don't know if they're still available, but I'll put the link in there so you can find out, or you can find out for yourself if they're still available. So this is a box set that includes the 2 Peter Cushing films. It's a shame there wasn't a third, but it is what it is. But the first one is Doctor Who and the Daleks. Now, I know these were available. I think it was on Kino Lorber. I'm not sure, but I got them here. Duh. But this is Doctor Who and the Daleks, starring Peter Cushing. It's got it both on Blu-ray and 4K. And then here's the back, just showing it off. And it's got some decent special features. It's got a lot of commentary. Audio commentary with Whovians Barry Forsher, Stephen Jones, and Kim Newman. Audio commentary with stars Janine Linden and Robert Tovey, moderated by journalist Jonathan Sothcott. I think it's Sothcott. Audio commentary with critic Kim Newman. So there's a lot of stuff on here. And then there's Dalek Mania, a 1995 documentary. Dalek Legacy. There's good stuff on here. It's worth checking out if you get it. But it has Doctor Who and the Daleks, and then it has Daleks Invasion Earth 2150, and it's got more documentaries on there. Daleks Invasion BBC 63 to 69 AD interview with Stephen Thrower. Restoring Doctor Who in 4K talks about how they restored it. But anyway, let's get on with it. Doctor Who and the Daleks. Now, I am a fan of Doctor Who, but Tom Baker was the doctor that I grew up with. Now, there was a window where I watched Doctor Who quite a bit, and it was back when I was a teenager and a young kid on PBS. We had cable, but back then, you had like HBO, the movie channel, and I think Cinemax was around, Showtime. But in the earlier days, there wasn't so many cable channels. Still had the movie channels, but there wasn't so many like USA, TNT. There wasn't a lot of stuff like that. So, and sometimes you'd only have cable in one room. Like when I was growing up, my dad had it in his room for him and my stepmom, and then we had it in the living room for everybody. But in my room, I just had a VHS player, a Betamax, and a TV with an antenna. So when I would lay down at night, if I didn't want to watch a DVD, if I didn't want to watch a videotape or something, I would just put on whatever. And sometimes late at night, Twilight Zone would be, Twilight Zone, Tales from the Dark Side, stuff like that would be on syndication on the UHF channel. But I had PBS. So PBS, I saw a lot of stuff on PBS as a kid. Monty Python. One about a hotel, can't remember the name of it. But I was introduced to British humor and British drama through PBS. And to this day, I still like British humor and British drama. But I was a fan of the Doctor Who. I thought it was interesting. And I liked it. But as I got older and I got into other things, I stopped watching it. Now, I know it's still around, but I don't watch it much. Because of this, I've been watching the classics on YouTube. The Doctor Who Classics has a channel. I've been watching the older episodes. Especially my Doctor, for Tom Baker. But this put me in the mood to check it out again. The new stuff, I don't know. But the older stuff, it just takes me down memory lane. But I know a lot of people don't like the movies if you're a huge fan of Doctor Who because it doesn't fit. It's not, they say it's not canon, this, that, and the other. And I'm not going to talk about canon or not canon. I'm just going to talk about these movies as individuals. I'm going to pretend the show doesn't exist for my review of these films because I think these films are great. They are great films, and these are beautiful. All right. For one, the 4K of these, they did a good job. 200 hours they spent restoring these. I don't know if it was 200 each or 200 in total. But they did a great job. It looks really good. The sound is superb. Yes, it's 4K, so it brings out some of the stuff like strings and stuff in the special effects, but I'm not going to nitpick that because it was created back in the day when that stuff was well hidden. The 4K and the high definition just bring it out, but I ignore it. I'm not one of those kind of guys that's going to let that ruin the movie for me. They are really good movies. Peter Cushing does a really good job. All the other stars do a really good job. You've got Roberta Tovey as Susan. You got Ian is played by Roy Castle, and he does a great job in his role. And Janine Linden playing Barbara. But the Roy Castle character cracked me up. But it's really good. It's really good. And the Daleks, they're Daleks. There's nothing I can say about them. I can't. How am I supposed to pump them up when they're Daleks? They pump themselves up. If you don't like Daleks, those are always my favorite episodes when I was watching it as a kid when I'd see the Daleks. But anyway, Doctor Who and the Daleks introduces us to the character of Doctor Who and introduces us to the Daleks. And it's like I said, it's really good. It's got good. It looks beautiful. The sound quality is good. And it's the acting is Peter. It's Peter Cushing. I personally don't remember ever seeing him in anything that I was like, He always does a great job. So I loved it. And then Dalek Invasion Earth. This one's probably a little cheaper to make because they actually filmed it in London. Where this one was, it was filmed at soundstage too, so it probably wasn't much cheaper. Probably just me, trying to sound like I know what I'm talking about. Daleks Invasion Earth 2150. They go into the future and Daleks are running the place, and they you got sellout humans and stuff like that. Once again, Peter Cushing hit it out of the park. And then Louise, his niece, is played by Jill Curzon. She did a good job. Susan Roberta Tovey came back as Susan, and once again, extraordinary job. And then Tom Campbell, played by Bernard Cribbins. Great actor. I love him too. He had me laughing. This is also a very good Doctor Who. Now, sounds good, looks good, special effects, not a problem with them, and the Daleks are Daleks. This one was a little darker in my opinion, because you had, like I said, you had humans, you had sellouts. Like remember in V? Some of you guys are my age. You remember V, the original V, and you had the youth group. Well, there were some sellouts here too, working for the Daleks. So, here's my thing. I know a lot of people who are big Doctor Who fans say, I don't like it, doesn't fit. And I can't agree or disagree because I'm not the biggest Doctor Who fan. Like I said, Tom Baker was my doctor. But after I got to a certain point, I stopped watching it. More cable channels, girls, heavy metal. I was getting out of... So, I won't say I grew out because that's just pompous. I just stopped paying attention to Doctor Who because I still liked science fiction. I was still watching science fiction. I just stopped watching Doctor Who for some reason. And this has inspired me. These two films have inspired me to start watching it again. Now, obviously, I'm watching the older ones. Does it rule out watching the newer ones? No, because I know where I can watch it. I can go Disney Plus to watch them. And I do believe there was one other streaming service, Peacock maybe, has some of the other ones with the other doctors from the early 2000s. So I have the opportunity to go watch them if I want to. But I'm watching the Fourth Doctor episodes. I started watching The Chase the other day. And I started watching the 10th anniversary with the number 1, 2, and 3. The 3 doctors were all in it. The first, they got sucked into the black hole thing. I'm in the middle of that one. I don't watch them through because the way they're set up on YouTube, it's great because it's 3, 4, how many ever episodes that storyline is. They give them all to you, an hour and a half, 2.5 hours, whatever, but they're chaptered. Episode 1, episode 2. So I'll watch like one episode and then I'll move along. I'm not binging them. But this has influenced me to go back and watch Doctor Who. And if it takes me through all of them up to now, so be it. Look, I know a lot of people hate on the new one, and I'm not going to sit here and do that because I've never seen it. But I'm willing to at least try it. But I know the older ones, I'm enjoying the heck out of them. I'm enjoying them immensely. So, Doctor Who. Pick these up if you're a fan of even if you're not a fan of Doctor Who. Stop for a second. If you like science fiction, and you like science fiction from back in the 50s and 60s, and you like to see early sci-fi, and it's in your wheelhouse, and you love old cinema like that, I would suggest getting these. Don't worry about that they're called Doctor Who. They could have been called something else. Just like, let's say they had just called it Daleks, the Daleks, and called this one Daleks. Well, they could have left this one the same. Doctor Who's not on there, and say that they had, not been a TARDIS or something else, because the Daleks go all over the universe. So maybe, just maybe, this could have been a different universe, but they chose Doctor Who. If you want to know, I'm not going to sit here and tell you about if you get these and you get the documentary, you'll see what they were trying to do and how they took the story from the TV just to make one movie out of it. I know it's not, I know it didn't, I know a lot of people, like I said, a lot of people like Doctor Who aren't big fans of it, and that's fair. That's fair. But if you like science fiction, and you like old science fiction, and you like Peter Cushing, you should check these out, because it might make you want to watch Doctor Who. I think a lot of the Doctor Who fans that we have now, if they had seen these first, they would have a love for these, but of course they would still love the show as it is now. But imagine seeing these first, and being like, oh man, it's like going from, this is the movie version of a book, you know what I'm saying? Because the TV show can go into such long detail. The TV is the novel, these are the movie versions of the novel. And we can still like the movie version of a novel, but it's still not going to be as good as the original. So I suggest, I can't really suggest it to Doctor Who fans because they'll probably want to hunt me down and slap me. So I'll say, if you're a fan of science fiction and you're a fan of the 60s, I would pick these up. I would pick them up. See if you can stream them somewhere. I mean, I don't know if they're streamable anywhere, but if you can, rent them at Netflix. Rent them on Prime or Vudu or somewhere. See if you can find them. Because they're good films. But if you're interested in buying them, the link will be in there for Severin. So that's it. I just wanted to share my few little thoughts on the Peter Cushing Doctor Who's. I'm going to put them back in their box now, nice and tight. It's a tight box, that's why I took them out beforehand. I want to stand here and sit here and shake them. But yeah, this is a great collection. I'm impressed with it. And I bought this and never seen them before. Right? When this came up on the site for Severin, I'm like, I like Peter Cushing. So that's what made me buy it. I wish I had gotten the Severin box set for Peter Cushing they did last year, but I didn't have the money at the time, so. But I wasn't going to pass this one up. It was only 2. And it came with some other great films that I've done, Journey to the Unknown and the Jack the Ripper, which was the one I did last. So it was well worth it getting the whole set with all 4 movies in it. But this was well worth it. I would have bought, if I didn't want the other 2, I would have bought this set just by itself. Because I'm a huge fan of Peter Cushing, so I was going to get it regardless. Didn't care if it was Doctor Who or whatever. Doctor No could have been. I don't know. I don't care. I would have got it. So yeah, check out Total Extermination. Head over to Severin. Wrong side. Head over to Severin. Like I said, I'll put the link in the description. And yeah, I recommend it though. I recommend it. I just won't recommend it to Doctor Who fans because I don't want to get beat up. Because they'll beat me up. Like, how can you like that stuff? I know there are some Doctor Who fans out there that do like it. It holds a place in their heart. But some Doctor Who fans are very, very... What's the word I'm looking for here? And I'm not picking on them. This is not a slight. This is not a slam. This is like respect, I guess. They take this stuff seriously. Hey, I take certain things seriously too. I take my Star Wars seriously. So I don't have nothing against them. That's why I'm not recommending it to any Doctor Who fans, because I don't want to make them angry. That'd be like me recommending the Star Wars Holiday Special. Man, do watch it every year, but do I recommend it? No. So, this classic. Peter Cushing classic. So, and it opened the door. They talk about Dr. Terror in here, and I ordered that from Vinegar Syndrome after I saw this because, God, I like Peter Cushing. Anyway, thanks for sticking around. If you did. If you didn't, well, I guess I can't thank you. But I'll be back with something else, I'm sure, because that's how I roll. But in the meantime, Doctor Who, Peter Cushing, awesome stuff. I'll see you next time. I'm Grandpa the Nerd. Thank you for watching, and I will see you later. See you later.